Can you guys see me okay? Why is it so dark? Oh, there we go. Hi, guys. Oh, don't look at the mess. My desk is turned into a kind of a dumpster place because we're emptying out another room, so everything's going into my office. Hello, everybody. I'm looking a little scruffy today, but I worked in the garden a lot, so. Hi, guys. Hello, hello. You guys are plentiful. Good, good, good. How's everybody doing at this moment? Guys, the energies are really tough, okay? If you're feeling like crap, if you're feeling shit, if you're feeling super tired and you don't know why, because you're getting your sleep and you're doing what you need to do, it's okay, okay? There's a lot of weird energy or a lot of transformational energy coming in, okay? We're all feeling it. Everybody that I talk to is like, oh my God. The earth is splitting apart, okay? And that means that we have to sort of either choose to either split apart ourselves or choose one or the other, okay? And that can feel, a lot of people can experience that as very intense, okay? A lot of people can experience that as physically challenging, mentally challenging, energetically challenging, or all of the above, okay? So if you're feeling off, just know that it's only temporary. We're going through massive shifts because our current 3D Earth frequency is immensely being pulled apart, okay? So just know that. I just wanted to get that out there. Also, I just wanted to remind everybody I'm having a live event right here in France. So if you wanted to join me, it would be on August 22nd. And we're just going to do a lot of fun stuff, a lot of spiritual stuff, a lot of channeling, a lot of teaching, a lot of healing, making friends from all over the world so far. Again, like last time, a lot of different continents are represented who've already bought tickets. So if you haven't bought your ticket yet, if you always wanted to see France, if it's on your bucket list and you have to come from far away, just know this is one of the most beautiful areas to visit France in, okay? Lots of beautiful beaches, lots of history, castles in every corner, and every town feels like you're walking into a Pirates of Caribbean movie set. So it's just a lot of fun, a lot of pretty things to visit, a lot of history, a lot of spiritual energy present here. So just wanted to let you know tickets are available, okay, on my website. And yeah, go check it out. If you're not sure, you can also ask me to be added to the Messenger group chat. People there are talking to each other. They are complete strangers are trying to work together. I need a ride from here to there. I need a roommate so I can share the costs of the hotel room, or I can share the cost of the B&B, whatever. It's happening. People are coming together, helping each other out. And it's just amazing to see how everybody is willing to work together already before they've even met. So just know that you're not alone and that there is help. There is a ton of guidance. If you have questions, how do I get there? What's the closest airport? You just ask me in the chat room, and then I try to give you the best answer I can give you. Okay. And also, we do these channelings every week on Patreon. So if you love these, feel free to check out my Patreon page. I think it's like $5 a month. You can choose, you can cancel and restart at any moment in time, kind of like a Netflix account. There's no bad fees. And starting April, I will also start doing the VIP channelings again. And my first interview or channeling will be with Mary Magdalene. So that's coming in April, and I'm going to do these monthly again. But the full interview will only be accessible on my Patreon page. Okay, so you might see a small preview on YouTube, but the full interviews will only be available on patreon.com/Emanuelle McIntosh. Okay, why? because YouTube always censors everything and doesn't like spirit to talk the truth. So therefore, I have to move it somewhere else. And I'm going to do a lot more fun stuff as well. We're going to do new videos, stuff that we do at home that I want to share with you, natural medicine that we use. I'm not a doctor. I'm going to say that very clearly, but it works for us at home. And I just want to share things with you. Foods that we eat to help with certain illnesses and so on and so forth. So there's going to be healing videos. There's going to be guided meditation videos. I really want to pump up what I do on Patreon this year to give you more content. And I will try my very, very best to do that for you guys starting April. Okay. So for all of you guys who are new here, I do these free angel cards for all of you. I don't pick myself who I do a session with or who I give cards to. I just kind of scroll over, and the name that kind of highlights for me is the name that I pick. That's spirit highlighting that for me, that this is the right time for this person to get a card. But that said, if the answer really gives you goosebumps or gives you that feeling like I feel like they're talking about me, then know that that is your spiritual team nudging you to pay attention, because they know there's always too many people on the lives, and I can't give everyone a card. So they will nudge you by giving you those thoughts, those feelings, those goosebumps, to pay attention, because this might also be for you. Okay? All right. That's it. There's my speech. I did it. So let's get crack-a-lackin'. Oh, I'm just going to write down the Patreon, because I don't know if everybody knows what Patreon is. Where you can find me and my website, where you can order the tickets, okay? I don't get on YouTube a lot, so I try to put it in here, okay? There we go. All right. Let's get you guys some cards. And listen up, I always say. You know why? A lot of people, I think a lot of information that we get really can apply to a lot of people, or can be useful to a lot of people, okay? All right. Hi, Lisa. Chris. Let's see. Hold on. Let me put, because I can't see all of your, it says top chats. Hold on. Let me get live chat going. Otherwise, I miss out on a lot of people here. Chris, where were you? Oh, can't find you. Where did I find you? Chris. Where is Chris? Okay, there's a Chris on here. I know it. For some reason, I can't go all the way back up, and I don't know why, but they're not letting me. So, and I can't see you either. You disappeared, Chris. If you're still there, let me know in the comment section. But I need to pull a card for Chris, they said. Oh, okay. All right, Chris, let's get you a card. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know today. Whoop! Wow. There it flew. Ooh, when I'm connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe. Okay, Chris. they're kind of making me feel like, ugh, I kind of feel uncomfortable. They're feeling, I'm getting a lot of tension in the shoulders. I just feel like you're completely blocked up there. My shoulders feel extremely sore, kind of painful, heavy. I just feel like you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself. Maybe you're taking on too much responsibility. Maybe you feel like you're out of control of your own life and everybody's just kind of hammering on top of you. I don't know what exactly it is, but everything for me feels stuck, feels blocked, and it just feels like there's no joy at the moment in your life. I feel like everything is more of a survival thing right now. It just feels like everything is just trying to fix one problem after another. And they're really kind of, I do feel some loneliness inside of you. I'm not saying you're alone. I'm not saying there's not people around you that love you. I do feel like you are loved, but I feel like the way that you're perceiving reality at this moment is just so far off from what you know internally it could be, and that creates frustration, it creates stress, it creates this feeling of being stuck in a reality that you know you no longer resonate with, you know you no longer want to be a part of, but you're stuck in the notion on how to alter or change or transform your reality into the one that you know is possible for you. Okay, so that's one thing. Maybe, yeah, I just feel like either you're stuck, you feel blocked. Maybe you feel blocked that you can't help per people the way you want to. Just feel everything's locked up. It just feels very heavy to me. They're really emphasizing the joy. They're really emphasizing the joy. They're saying you can do much more with your abilities to connect, with your abilities to help, with your abilities to transform the reality for yourself and your loved ones. When you move in life with an attitude of whatever, okay, you gotta move into this kind of like, it's just a virtual reality anyway. I don't need to be so uptight or tense about life. If I just have fun, because that's what I came here to do, if I just have fun, if I just start to look beyond all the hard bits of life and see it for what it is, just an experience, just an opportunity for growth, for inner reflection, just to have certain experiences, to meet people, to influence people, to be influenced by other people. When you approach life with that attitude, then life becomes much more easier to guide in the direction that you want to. Okay, so that's what they're making me feel. Okay, because see, the sun, this is sort of the sun or the moon or whatever, but it's not really bright. The light is dimmed. Okay, it's kind of like, it almost looks pukey color. Not that you're pukey, honey, but it just feels like your light could be a lot brighter if you just let go of the constant responsibilities that you feel towards helping others, saving others. It just feels like there's a lot going on. And it's not, it's not up to you to make everybody happy. It's just the only thing you need to do is find your happy place, and then that will rub off on everybody else. Okay, so for some reason, Spirit really wants you to know that, because it's going to make life so much easier for you and allow you to move into that reality that's really more aligned with your frequency. Okay, I hope that kind of helps. What I don't know what the question was about the cousin, so you would have to re-put the question in, because I can't see his original message. That's the problem. So let me know what the question was, okay? Very true. Yeah. So did you have a question about your cousin? Was that it? Clinging to life. Oh, yes. Well, again, we can't make that decision. All we can do. Well, let me get a special card for your cousin. But I feel like it's all about letting go. It's all about understanding. Again, it's about perspective. It's about understanding this is just a virtual experience. We don't die, right? That's the thing. Again, it moves into what we got there. Trust yourself is what I'm getting. Trust that everything is going to unfold the way that soul wants it to unfold. If that soul wants to continue life here, if that soul wants to create miracles for, miracle healing, whatever it may be, then that soul will do that. If that soul is ready to come home, if that soul is designing whatever's going on as a tool for exiting this virtual dream, then it will do so. It's really about that. Does that kind of make sense? So it's about trust. Trust yourself, trust your cousin, that the soul is in charge. Nobody's in charge. Even people who are declared dead can come back. I've seen it happen. Okay, even people who are brain dead can have an outer body experience, can have a near-death experience, and still decide to come back and fully recover. And the doctors can't explain it because it's not up to anybody but the soul. The soul itself chooses what's the next phase in this storyline that they've created, this temporary storyline. So trust that whatever is going to unfold is going to be according to the desires and the wishes of the soul. That is, does that kind of make sense? That is involved. There's a lot of love, though. I feel like there's a lot of love. Okay, but see, the bird is kind of flying. Bird wants freedom, they tell me. Freedom, freedom, freedom. Okay. Understand also that a lot of souls are choosing to exit because the 3D world is collapsing at this moment. And a lot of souls do not want to have the experience of ascension into a new virtual reality. So that's why we're seeing so many deaths. I predicted massive exits of souls, and I believe I wrote that we're going to see the large amount of exits by how many celebrities will be crossing over last year, this year, and it will continue. Massive amounts of souls are choosing to leave. He just got transferred to the 3rd hospital for life-saving surgery. His one lung is not functioning, plus heart fluid and lung infection. Was just wondering if surgery will save him. I hope so. I'm going to ask everybody here to send healing and prayers. I hope so. But I have this feeling that the soul might choose to go home. But I really hope and pray that the soul itself will choose otherwise. Okay? But I hope so. So we're all going to send love and energy and healing and hope that the soul will make the right choice for itself. Okay? Manolito, I'm love. Aw. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Okay. Well, I hope that helps a little bit. All right, let's see. Isis Jihuti. Am I saying that right? Jihuti. All right, Isis. All right. Ooh, karmic board clearing, energetic clearing, rewrite your story, live your truth. All right, Isis Kilmer. Hi, honey. Isis is very intuitive, guys. Go check her out. I don't know if you still do sessions and readings, but I know you're very intuitive. Okay, karmic board clearing, energetic clearing, rewrite your story, live your truth. It's almost like you're having issues, or you're struggling a little bit with rewriting your story. You've been through some changes, you've been through separation, you've been through you trying to really enhance the abilities, really do something with it. But in some way or form, I feel like they're saying you're still holding back. It's almost like you have a hard time recreating who Isis is, who is the 5D version. You had to let go of a past relationship because one individual was clinging onto a 3D reality where your soul was trying really desperately to move into a 5D reality. And that's okay. There's no judgment here. But it just feels like frequencies started to change, started to move away from one another. And what that has done is brought you into this opportunity to fully design, create, and embrace the new version of you, this new 5D reality of you, the 5D character that you want to play. But you're stuck in the details. You're trying to define with thought what this new version of you is. And they're saying you can't design it by thinking about it. You have to simply allow yourself to emerge into the being of what you are, into the becoming process. So it's not about intellectually defining. Stay away from definitions, okay? But it's simply about doing things differently this time. It's about the way you act, the way you react, the choices you make. Make sure that it's fully aligned with your truth. Make sure that it's no longer connected to fear. Make sure that it's no longer infused with stress and worry, okay? We become our new character when we start living differently. And it doesn't mean you have to change jobs and all of that and, move. And it doesn't have anything to do with that. But it just means that you choose to respond and see life differently. You choose to look at it from a higher perspective and to experience it more fully on a profound level, instead of going through life in a 3D reality that is very superficial. That is, we think a lot of things, but we don't do it. Okay. We are not what we believe we are. What we think about ourselves contradicts with the way we act. For example, many people say, I am a very compassionate person and I love people so much. Yet when somebody asks for help, they will push them away. They will ignore them. They will not even blink at them. Do you see what I'm trying to say? Just an example, right? Or people will say, I am spiritual. I know I live on forever. I know death doesn't exist. It's just me waking up in my natural environment. Yet they'll do anything to prevent death. They're terrified of dying. So they intellectually understand the truth, but their actions and reactions, their emotional responses, is showing the fear they have of dying. Okay. So, everything is to avoid any kind of stuff happen. But they're intellectually convincing themselves that, I don't need to be afraid because my soul is directing and guiding everything. And my spiritual team is there to help me. So there's nothing for me to fear. They understand that intellectually, yet everything they do, everything they say is an expression of fear. right? Oh my God, I don't have enough money. I don't know if I can do this. Oh my God, another problem coming in. I didn't foresee this. Shit. What do I do? What do I do? You see what I'm saying? It's really important that now you don't think about it anymore. You simply become it. You just have to live life differently and not be afraid that what seems impossible from a 3D perspective is still impossible from a 5D perspective. The 5D operates on a whole different frequency, and it elevates manifestations. It elevates our truth. Instead of suppressing it on a 3D level with fear. And that's what creates all the blockages. In a 5D reality, we have to become our truth. Therefore, there's less blockages, less limitations, quicker manifestations, and so on and so forth. So you have to believe in the impossible in a 5D reality and truly live the impossible for you to see that the impossible was never impossible. It was always possible. Does that kind of make sense? So that's the thing. Karmic board clearing. You really have to let go fully of that 3D character and simply embrace all of you, and the understanding that every person you met was a blessing, and every experience you met was a blessing. Everything was a gift for you to experience in order to fully understand yourself now, so you now can become that true version of yourself and then live it in a higher vibrational frequency. Does that kind of make sense? I hope that makes sense. Yeah, working on my alignment, definitely walked away from a relationship. Okay. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. That makes so much sense. Okay, good. But work on that, okay? And don't work on that. You scratch that. Don't work on that. Just be it, okay? Just be it. No more work, okay? No, you're not a work in progress. You know all this shit. You just need to now get up in the morning and be it, okay? Just be. All right? No more work, okay? You're not a work in progress because you have all the information you need. You just need to spiritualize the intellectual, okay? Instead of intellectualizing the spiritual. Switch. Okay, honey. Hope that helps. Okay. No, 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 no. Why am I singing Christmas songs? 'Tis the season to be jolly. Let's see. Who am I being drawn to? Brigit Macho. 2245. Okay. Brigit. May I have a card, please? Does my dad have anything to say to me? I would need his advice on my health. Well, I don't know if your dad's going to come through, but I can pull you a card and see what spirit wants you to know today. Which one? This one. Okay. All right. I was singing Christmas songs too. Maybe I picked up on you. It just happened. The other live, it was funny because I kept seeing Dancing with the Stars. I'm like, why do I keep seeing Dances with the Stars? And this one lady's like, I'm sorry, I'm looking at Dancing with the Stars while I'm listening to you. It happens. All right. Brigit. Chaka. Hannah, dare to be different. Dare to be different, my love. Okay. How does this connect into your health? So what they're saying is you're still trying to fit into the world. You're still trying to find your way in the world. You're still waiting for something to happen, for something to show itself, to appear, in order for you to better understand your path, your journey, your world. And the problem is you don't need to fit into this world because this world has already left you. This world is no longer a part of you. You're too high vibrational to be a part of this world. And you need to move into an understanding that you're the one who now gets to design and create your new world. That's what's creating illness, is because you're still afraid to be different than everybody else, because you do have a family, they say, that doesn't always understand your truth, that doesn't always understand the spiritual aspect of the world, or how it incorporates into this virtual reality. And so you're still trying to find a way to be comfortable in a world that's making you sick. Okay. It says dare to be different, but it's really about embrace your difference, your different nature, your different frequency. It's about not it's about following your truth without feeling, it's almost like without punishing yourself, without, what's the right word, without feeling guilty that you might need to leave certain people behind if they can't follow you in that. Okay. It's about understanding that you are an individual soul that has to follow its path. It has to see how this is kind of like there's this journey, this yellow brick road that you have to follow, right? You and you alone, and whoever around you wants to follow you there, great. But if some people cannot follow you there, then that's great too. That's okay. You have to be okay with walking the path, walking your path with or without someone. Okay. As long as you're holding on to a 3D frequency in order to please others, in order to be a part of somebody else's reality, then you're always going to be in a state of distress physically, because the body wants to move up, but you're mentally holding the body in a frequency where it just doesn't work anymore. Okay, your body's at a 5D frequency because your soul wants to go there, but the human ego is too attached to the 3D version of this world, and grounding it in there. So now you're dealing with a body that's so high vibrational that if it's stuck long term in a 3D lower frequency, it's going to become ill. It's going to reject it. It's going to fight it. Okay. So I do feel like your dad is watching over you. I do feel this is you, and he's a part of your reality. But he didn't always get it either. But he says it's okay. Sometimes we have to walk the path alone in order to then be able to create a vibration that's going to move the people around you and help them go through the transformation themselves. But you first have to be able to be brave enough to walk your own path. Okay? I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's what's creating the discomfort. There's a lot going on. You're not feeling happy. You're not feeling inspired. You're not getting the information that you think you need. And it's simply because you're surrounded by energies that completely block and kind of imprison you into a world where a high vibrational being just doesn't fit in, doesn't work, cannot operate at its full potential. Does that make sense? That makes so much sense and helps me so much. Okay, thank you. You're welcome, honey. But there you go. The hyenas, everybody's always like, oh, those nasty hyenas. But, they're very powerful. They're very intuitive. They're very strong animals. So they don't belong anywhere either. Nobody wants them around, yet they walk their own path. They do their own thing, and they can be very successful at what they do. So there you go. I hope that helps. Let's see. Who else are we drawn to today? Let's see. Lava. Lava. NTYB. I don't know how to say that. Let's see. Can I just call you Lava? Is that okay? Oh, Lord, where were you? I keep losing people. Like I said, the energies are weird right now. So am I. I'm a little cuckoo. Okay, I can't find you, but there you go. Let's get you a card, my love. I'm happy to be crazy. Gotta be proud to be a little cuckoo for Cuckoo Puff. Oh, hold on. In every moment, the universe is conspiring to bring me toward right-minded thinking and the energy of love. There you go. There you go. They're showing me there's so much love inside you, like really a lot of love, but at the same time, you you guard it. You're a little bit of a hoarder of your own love. It's almost like you have a hard time sharing it with people because you just don't click with a lot of people. I don't think you feel very at home in this world. You're kind of like a star seed, is what they're showing me. You're kind of your natural or your more familiar incarnations are actually in other planets. You're not that familiar with being human, and it is very challenging for you. There's a lot of emotionality that really kind of gets you on this roller coaster ride. I just feel you going on a seesaw, up and down, up and down. I just feel like you're a little bit all over the place, emotional, and you don't know how to maintain it, how to balance it out, how to clear it and cleanse it. And I see how this all pink, 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 and then there's this kind of like purplish color that's starting there. You are very intuitive. I feel like you really have the ability to tune in to energies, and that's also why you're having a hard time trusting people. You do put on a great mask when you're around people, but at the same time, it's almost like you're always observing them, reading their body language, reading their energy. You just have a hard time trusting, fully trusting. There are people you trust, but the majority, you always trust them with a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying? So what they're saying is really focus on one. You have to understand that you're not used to it. Okay, you're not used to this human condition, then that's okay. Okay, but they're saying the best advice that they can give you is to they keep showing me staring at the stars. Really communicate to the galaxy, because you do have a lot of family, a lot of support out there from other lifetimes. A lot of these entities are very much aware of the previous lifetimes they've had, and they are willing to help you, support you in giving you more comfort in the being human. But make sure that what you do, give. They're saying the more you give, the more you will receive. Okay, so although you are very conscious of who you give your time to, who you give your focus to, who you give your energy to, just know that if when you give freely, what you would like to receive yourself, then you will create it much more easily. Bring down the walls, the protective walls, bring down the guard, and just enjoy the ride. Just know that humans, all humans, just want to be loved, want to feel comfortable, want to be healthy, want to enjoy the ride, but most of them are just afraid. Know that through sharing the amount of love that you have freely, through being the sun, being the light for other people, without giving away your energy, just being a light, okay? Being positive, being grateful every day, being in a state of bliss, just knowing that even though this world can be challenging, we're here because we chose to be here, and we wanted to have some challenging experiences because it's so valuable and it's so educational. Okay, look at life from that angle. Give the love that you have. Take care of yourself. Okay, remain in a balanced state, but don't be afraid anymore to and just start seeing the goodness in all people. Even if they do bad things, just understand that that baby was born with only goodness, and it is the soul that chose to define itself through the experiences it's had. It doesn't define the soul at all, but it's the human ego is choosing that. So does that kind of make sense? I feel like I'm a little bit all over the place, but there's nothing to be scared about. The only reason it's uncomfortable is because you're overprotecting yourself, because nothing feels familiar. Okay? Let go of the walls, break them down, break that Berlin Wall down, and just have fun with it. But also know that you have galactic family out there that is willing to help you, to assist you, and to provide you with the energy that you need to feel more comfortable in this life. Okay? I hope that makes some sense. Alrighty. Let's see. Who else am I being drawn to? Margo. 5101. My grandpa passed into heaven yesterday from pneumonia. Is there any message from him? It's a little early. You got to give him a few months to be able to communicate directly. But I can see if there's a message from your team. And yeah, you got to give him a few months. When my dad died, it took him about 3 months to be able to communicate to me. When my sister-in-law died, she took even longer. She took about 6 months to be able to communicate. So you got to give him some time, okay? But I'm sure he was surrounded with love, with guidance, with assistance, okay? We all are. We never die alone, okay? It doesn't happen. There's always help, and there's always loved ones around us. And just know that when we cross over, it's instant relief, okay? Instant. Relief of pain, worry, fear. Instant. But let's see, okay? Let's see what the message is for you today. Gratitude for the past. Oh, of course. No tears for the future. Just gratitude for the past is what they're saying. Be grateful for the people that have joined you in this life. Be grateful for those who shared their journey with you. Be grateful. And just find the joy in that, is what they're saying. Find the joy in that. Be grateful for the wisdom they gave you. Be grateful for the opportunities of growth and introspection they gave you. That is the message. See this? Right? Now you're supposed to walk in there until you get to the center and contemplate in reflection, gratitude, love. Okay, when you get here, everything is just kind of collected. Okay? Let go of anything that might have been negative and just find complete gratitude for the journey that was had together. Okay? The owl really kind of jumps out. It's just, wisdom. A lot of wisdom was shared. Take it to heart. Become it. Make it part of your reality. Don't just hold it in thought form, but take the advice. Okay. There you go. I hope that helps. All right. Sounds like he's doing okay. Manolito, do you want a card, my love? Manolito. Manolito is a handsome man that I went to school with. He knows things about me. No, I'm just kidding. He's probably always known I was weird. We used to play together in the streets. Right, Manolito? Ooh, that one went fast. Ooh. Chamber of the Violet Flame. Ooh, powerful, Manolito. Karmic release, radical transformation. Okay, things are changing for you. You're becoming more powerful within. You're becoming more awakened within. There's a fire burning inside of you, and it's ready. It's ready to be released into the ether, to be released into the atmosphere. Meaning there's a lot of potential, a lot of abilities that are starting to reveal themselves. Okay. You see the color that it's all purple. Now that's the color of the third eye. It means your third eye is opening, and the flame that's been burning inside of you is going to be able to emerge and be seen into the universe. It's going to light up the world. It's very important to not be afraid to show it and share it, okay? This is pretty new to you, they say, but it's important to follow it. It's important to allow it to grow at your own pace. But it's super important to not overthink it, because they're saying spiritual awakening, spiritual connection happens when the thought processing is turned off. Okay, you simply start to share without giving it any thoughts. You just open your mouth and you go bleh. Okay, you just let it out, let it rip. Take a piece of paper and a pen and you just start writing, hey guys, what's up? And just keep writing, okay? You're going to be surprised at what comes out, even if there's no thought processing going on, okay? Spiritual awakening, a spiritual connection is something that needs to be felt and experienced. It can't be thought, okay? It's an experience. It's something we emotionally feel. It's something that builds up inside of us and then bursts into words as we open our mouth. When I channel, I don't think. When I do my private sessions, I just go blah, and I just open my mouth for an hour, and people just listen for an hour. They don't have to say anything. They don't usually ask a lot of questions. I just go blah, and I let it rip. You're just a radio. You're just the tool that they're using to present the information. It's not our job as channelers to create the content. So you can't think, you just have to let it flow out of you. If you can learn to do that without fear, because most people are afraid, what if it's wrong? What if I'm saying the wrong thing? What if it doesn't resonate with people? Fear will always hold you back. Fear will limit your connection, and fear can manipulate the translation, the projection of information. So be fearless in it. Just say whatever comes in without giving it much thought and just go for it. Okay. But know that a lot of transformation is happening in your life, and it is to help you, to support you to become the person you're meant to become. Okay. To become the gift you were meant to be. So just believe that. All right. I'm weirder. Well, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. Well, we'll just be weird at the same time. Okay. All right. Good night. He's just joking. He's such a jokester. He always made me laugh when I was a kid. Can't be serious with him around. All right. Perdita. Am I saying that right? Perdita Gu. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Let's see. Let's see, my love. Hopefully I said it right. Hi, Susan. Oh, you sent me an email and I haven't responded. Boink. The answer was yes. I don't remember what the email said, but they're telling me the answer was yes. Yes, I can do it. Okay. I'll contact you. I have to reread your email. I don't even remember what your question was, but Erica's saying, yes, she can do it. Just tell her she can do it. Okay. Just know I haven't forgotten about you. Okay, Brigit. When I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. Have faith. Trust that everything is unfolding, even if you cannot yet see it. Okay? It's really important to understand that not everything can be perceived right away, but that doesn't mean that it hasn't been created. Doesn't mean that it's not on its way. It doesn't mean that it is impossible for you to accomplish, because there's a lot of doubt inside of you, they say, of what is possible for you and what is not. And they're saying, look, there are no limitations to what you can manifest in this lifetime. The only limitations that you're holding on to is the ones that you believe are your limitations. You got to let go of that idea, okay? Anything is possible. There's also something about relationships. I keep seeing these two they're kind of like canoodling. Is there something about a relationship, or you seeking a someone that you can share your ideas with? It almost feels like you need someone that can support you in becoming the real version of you. You need someone that is in alignment with where you are, what you know, what you believe. I just feel like you either need a friend or you need to surround yourself with like-minded people that can support you in the transformation that you're meant to go through. So work on having faith in your soul that she knows what she's doing. She has everything figured out already. And all the ego has to do is just follow through without overthinking, overanalyzing, and blocking herself. Okay? And seek or connect with like-minded people. Connect with people who can, who understand you, who can support you, who want to be there for you in a way that maybe the people around you currently cannot be there for you. Doesn't mean that they're bad people. You're just different. You operate from a different frequency, but you were intentionally put in that surrounding, in that community, in order for you to help them raise their vibration. So just know that most people who are awakened, most people who are highly vibrational, most empaths are placed in families that are completely lost to what you know. They're completely not understanding your understanding of reality, your understanding of the universe, and so on and so forth. And that's intentional, because we are strategically placed all around the world in areas where they need to be enlightened, where they need our help as lumineers, as light workers, where they need our help to transform within, okay? Not by forcing them or by lecturing them, but by simply being the example, by being the higher vibrational pillar that they can try and match up to, okay? Because high vibrational energy is always the dominant energy. Love energy is always the most dominant, the most powerful energy. And so all souls will try and match whatever's higher. Why? Because all souls want to feel better. That's why people get drawn to inspirational people. That's why people get drawn to healers, because their energy is higher. So all the people that are lost or too far removed from their true nature, they will be drawn to those people who are originally high vibrational. That's why, you know, the Dalai Lama and all those inspirational speakers, they just have to walk into a room and everybody feels better already, and he hasn't even opened his mouth yet, because what he says is really not that. I mean, I think he's an overrated person. You know, he says things that, you know, that other people have been saying for centuries. He doesn't really say that big of things, but it's his energy, you know, it's the confidence, it's the healing energy that he emits daily that makes people feel like they're in the presence of I don't know what. But you know what I'm trying to say? We don't change people, we don't enlighten them by lecturing them, by using a 3D tool. We do that by being the light, showing them that we can respond differently to problems. We can respond differently to challenges, by, again, being the example. Okay, so just know that you are a light worker, but you need to have more faith in your soul's choice, your soul's design, and stop hindering it by allowing the human ego to infuse fear and limitation, or the idea of limitation, in that reality. Does that kind of make sense? It fits. I don't feel people get me. I also want a soulmate. Okay, that's probably what this is. You know, but I feel like there's definitely someone out there for you. But you have to, again, when you change your frequency and you have faith, all of that will fall together without effort. Okay, but you're blocking yourself because you're like, I don't fit in. I don't, you know, what do I do with this world? This is not my world. You know, don't fight the fact that you're here, because you came here voluntarily, knowing very well it was going to be difficult, but also knowing the potential that, you know, and the influence that you can have on this planet. Does that make sense? On this dimension. So just know that only the bravest of braves come here to choose an ascension while the planet is still populated, something that's never been done before, and create a new dimensional version for herself, to then allow other people that you love to follow you there. Okay, very brave. So be proud of yourself that you chose such a challenging experience, but no, at the same time, have faith that this is going to be valuable up the wazoo. Okay, you're going to go home, go, fuck yeah, I did it. Look at me. Look at what I did. Okay, so just be proud of yourself. Okay, and just know that everything will fall much more easier into place when you just relax. Okay, my guide Eric says, chillax. Just have fun. Don't take life so seriously, but just know that you're here to have fun, to have a positive influence, and to leave your mark while experiencing an ascension for the first time as a living, breathing creature. Okay? There you go. Something that's never been done before in history. Okay? Usually ascensions happen on planets when there's hardly any life on planets. Okay? When there's ice ages and things like that, that's when the earth goes through an ascension. This is the first time. That's why there's so much ET presence. Haven't you noticed how much ET presence, or extraterrestrial, plus other terrestrial beings that we're officially not allowed to know of? There's so many that have lived here longer than we have. They're all there, looking at the human race, going, fuck, let's see if they can do it. And like, we're the best show on the galactic TV right now. I mean, they're watching us like they're watching Big Brother. What's going on? Are they going to make it? Is the ascension going to be a success? The answer is yes. Spirit said that we're almost there. So, okay. We've gotten over the hurdle. This is just the finalization process. And that's what we're feeling right now. And that's why the Schumann resonance at this time, the heart frequency of the earth, is going haywire, okay? Is because we are being split apart, okay? or the two dimensions are starting to disconnect. They were together for quite a while, so we could hop from one dimension to the next, so we can have easier access. But now it's starting to split out, just like I predicted many years ago. It was going to slowly but surely start to remove itself, and then it becomes harder to go from one dimension into the next. Hence why so many souls, massive amounts of people are leaving this earth, because they just are not ready or capable to go through the ascension, so they leave. A lot of people are dying. A lot of celebrities are going to go. You're going to know. I told you that 2 years ago. There's going to be a massive exit of celebrities and actors and singers and people, famous people all over the world. So it's going to be one after another, probably a few a day. So it's part of the ascension. The 3D is going to collapse, or the souls are leaving. The ones who don't want to go through that experience or might not be ready to, they will take the exit and then come back in the 5D. So, and we're the ones who have to do all the hard work. The light workers are doing all the hard, heavy lifting, and then the creation and the new generations that are coming in are going to assist in the creation of the 5D. That's why a lot of children seem more mature than most mature people. Haven't you noticed that kids are like, boom, yeah, spirits, no problem. I remember my past life. You know, they're so much more awake, and that's because they're here to continue the building of the 5D. We're the pioneers, okay? We're the pioneers, and we have to start everything, but they're the ones who are going to refine it, okay? The very, very new generations. Yeah. And I'm talking the generations that's starting from about 2020. Okay. 20, yeah, they're showing me 2019, 2020. The generation before that is very confused, very lost, because the parents are lost. The world seems lost, and they're just kind of stuck in the middle going, what the hell? Okay. But that's okay. Okay. That's the experience they wanted to have as souls. But just know that the newest generations are going to really, yeah. Susan says, yes, my 2-year-old is so much more mature than a few adults I know. I'm telling you, they have knowledge and wisdom, and they're not forgetting it. So they're coming in fully open. So these kids are going to surprise a lot of people, okay? But they're also going to help, yeah, there you go. Okay, I'm going to stop babbling, because otherwise I keep babbling. I could talk about this stuff for hours. Okay. Okay. Kayla. EN8MS. And NIMS. Okay, let's see. Kayla. Purita says, yes, my granddaughter remembered her past life. They're coming up open and ready. Connected, open. They're coming in with a whole new insight and perspective on the reality that they're choosing to have. Seraphim's gateway, voice activation, angelic attunement, divine support, Kayla. There you go. And the animals are changing too. Haven't you noticed the animals are much more communicative now with us? They're understanding our language. We're starting to understand theirs. The animal kingdom and the human kingdom and the 5D reality really are going to start working together. We're no longer going to see each other as, oh, they're just animals and we're more sophisticated, more advanced. Nuh-uh. We're going to become equals. And when we become equals, the equilibrium on the world when it comes to animals and humans is going to become restored. So there's going to be a lot of, and I think I predicted last year that animal that was thought to be extinct was going to be resurfacing, and it did. I don't remember what the name was of it. It was some kind of bird, if I remember correctly. But we're going to start seeing animals that had been in hiding, right? Because they were so few of them, they go into hiding into the areas where we're not allowed to go to. Wink, wink, right? Those areas beyond the ice wall. There's a whole bunch of green and forests and nature. A lot of animals are leaving there, actually, when they're feeling threatened or their existence feels threatened and there's not a lot of them left. They automatically get drawn to other areas where they'll feel safer. So, but a lot of them are starting to come back because the 5D reality is presenting itself. So we're going to see a lot of animals returning and balance is being restored. So anyway, you're going to notice that animals now respond differently. They help each other, although before they would never work together. You're going to see much more unity between them. And there's going to be much more ability to communicate to them in a way that both parties can understand each other. But if you're paying closely attention and being very observative, you're going to, or you might have already start seeing that. I see it constantly. I talk to my cats. They fully understand everything I say and respond. And, they have their own language. So a lot of people are using the language now. I've tried it. It works. Anyway, Kayla, let's go back to you. Seraphim's Gateway, voice activation, angelic attunement, divine support. Sorry, Kayla. Sometimes I get word. I get go. You know what I mean. There's this there's something about wings. It's almost like this divine goddess inside of you. There's this goddess waiting to emerge. This goddess waiting to show itself to the world. But you're holding in what you really want to say. I feel like there's so much knowledge inside of you, so much worldly truth and angelic truth. I feel like you are a person who has the natural ability to access information from the universal archives, and you just have knowings and you don't know why you know, but you know, and then every now and then you'll get validation because some video will pop up and you'll be like, I knew that. I just feel like you have so much wisdom inside of you that you're meant to share, that you're meant to talk about, that you're meant to release into the world, but you're not doing it. They're showing me you're keeping your mouth shut because you don't want to be judged, or you don't want to be rejected, or you don't want to be casted out as a weird person. But they're saying activate that voice, become the voice of the universe as you're meant to. Share your wisdom, even if people, it doesn't matter how people respond. What matters is that you share your truth, even if it's anonymous in a blog or on a video or whatever. It's important to share what you know, and then you'll be surprised at how many people actually resonate with what you're saying, feel the same way of what you're receiving. So share, okay? As long as you're not sharing, you're always going to have physical aches and pains in the upper body and in the neck, is what they're saying, okay? That's really, I really feel this kind of pain just below your skull in the neck area, and it's because you're blocking this chakra. You're not being the communicator, the messenger that you're meant to be. So just trust in your angelic support, trust in your spiritual team supporting you, helping you, and trust that this is something you need to do regardless of people's reactions. The more you allow yourself to be you, the more you allow your truth to be heard, the more you're going to feel better, the more healthier you're going to become, the more energy you're going to have, because you're exhausted all the time. And it's because you're holding everything in, and it becomes heavy. That's all energy and frequency that you're holding on to, that you're meant to release, but you're just stacking it. And eventually it's almost like carrying a lot of weight on your shoulders. It's not only going to physically hurt, energetically, it's hard. It drains you. Okay. So Kayla, let it rip, girl. Let it out. Okay. There you go. Hope that helps. Michael, 1972. Michael. Let's get you a card. Okay. They're going for this one. Okay. You're welcome, Kayla. Let's see. Michael. Yeah, there it goes. Okay, number 12. Replacing what was lost. You now have the opportunity to rejuvenate and start anew. Create with a new perspective or outlook. This card may also indicate abundance is on the horizon. There you go. For some reason, I feel like the star, it's a sea star, I know, but the star is very important. I feel like if you're thinking small about yourself, you're going to receive small. If you're thinking big, you're going to receive big. It just feels like all you need to do is switch perspectives on what you do and how you do it. It's just about perspective and perception. Okay. They're showing me you're meant to be bigger. You're meant to be seen and heard and experienced. A celebrity, a star. It's not about ego. It's more like to be a bright star, to be a light, to show people that it's okay to be different. It's okay to experience life differently. It's okay to share the weirdness because most of stuff that's weird is actually truth. Everything that's considered normal is usually just the lie story, the fake story that they've injected into everyone. You're here to shine. You're here to be seen. You're here to be heard. They're really showing me like the star. You got to be bright like a star. And I feel like that shift is coming. I feel like something needs to change inside of you. The way you see yourself, the way you perceive yourself. Don't stare blindly on other people's participation, but create the participation from the universe within. You got to believe that the universe will help you and what you do and the gift that you're here to give, that the universe will send the right people towards you. But it's almost like because of the way that you perceive yourself or you perceive what you do, it just feels like something is keeping you small, something is limiting you, some kind of belief, something. Really dissect what it might be. Maybe the way you perceive it, or the way that you measure your success according to likes or according to views or whatever. Okay, don't ever look at that stuff. None of that matters. What matters is you knowing that you're going to reach everybody in this world that you're meant to reach. You have to move it in that state of mind, in that frequency. And when you do that, then all limitations go out the door. And then you allow the universe to truly guide everyone towards you that needs your perspective, that needs your input, that needs your presence. Okay, does that kind of make sense? So think about that. Think about, how you perceive success and change it according to the truth. The truth is limiting the idea of success according to the amount of likes or the amount of views that you get or whatever, the amount of praises, depending on what you're doing, the amount of, oh, you're doing a good job. If you're counting that to see how successful you are, then you're doing it wrong. Does that kind of make sense? You simply have to release the numbers and just know that even if you reach only a few people today, that means that you've reached those that needed you today. Does that make sense? So open it up, and then you'll be surprised. They're saying you'll be surprised of how much abundance and light and love will return to you. Okay? Okay. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's what I'm getting. Alrighty. A spiritual awakener. May I have a card pertaining to my feisty indigo child daughter who's been having some issues that are progressing? Okay. Okay. Let's see. Which one? This one. Okay. You're welcome. Okay. Whoop. Ooh. A holy grail. That's a very powerful card. Inner discovery, finding sacredness. You are what you seek. Well, that's pretty clear there, isn't it? So your daughter is still trying to determine who she is according to who she hangs out with. What other kids around her or what other people around her are doing. You see how the cup is like running over? See that? There's so much inside of her that she can do, so many things that can lead to abundance and joy and feeling being a divine vessel of assistance and healing. I feel like there's definitely a healer inside of her. But she needs to discover that. But the only way she's going to discover who she really is, what she's meant to do, what her soul wants to experience, is by not defining her identity by the information that others give her. She needs to disconnect from the need for their approval, the need for their input. She really needs to walk this path as an individual, and she will have a lot of people around her, and she will be, she will have friends and people supporting her and so on and so forth. But nothing she does in life should be a reflection of other people's ideas, other people's desires, other people's praises. Does that kind of make sense? She's trying to look for something, but she's already it. She doesn't need to look. She doesn't need to seek it. She doesn't need to seek the answers. She is all of the answers. Because it's her creation. It's her design. Nothing's impossible for her. Everything is at her fingertips. But it's almost like as long as she denies, as long as her character and her existence is a reflection of other people's ideas, she's physically going to create suffering. She's going to go through things kind of like rejection. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like a rejection. Sounds like rejection symptoms. Like, nope, that's not who I am. Nope. I don't know if that makes any sense. Chuck. Yeah, so that's what I'm getting. Okay, so this is for a spiritual awakener. Okay, I hope that makes some sense. But man, powerful, so much there. Very powerful entity. Okay. Michael says, oh, yes, it resonates absolutely. All what you have said. I'm really grateful. I really needed to hear these words and guidance. Oh, you're welcome. You are welcome. Glad it resonated. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Who else am I being drawn to? Shie Smith. Am I saying that right? Shie Smith. 6587. Okay, Shari. Let's get you a card. Okay. Oh, there it went. That was fast. Ooh, there's a lot of darkness. Look at all that darkness. In any moment, I can surrender to the powerful presence of love through prayer, contemplation, and stillness. Okay. You can look at the sky and only see the darkness, or you can look at the sky and see that there's always light present through the stars and the moon and so on and so forth. Okay. It's all about perspectives. You can see that everything is collapsing, or you can see an opportunity for reinvention, transformation, and healing is what they're saying. Okay. They're showing me that a lot of things are going to collapse around you because it simply no longer resonates with you. But that creates fear because your sense of security is leaving. What they're saying, really trust that what is going on right now is you creating space, creating an opportunity for transformation and rebirth. Okay, so really start looking at the dark sky as kind of a clear slate where filled with sparks of light and opportunity and potential. Okay, that's what they're showing me. You haven't fallen into darkness. You're just refusing to see the light that's all around you, is what they're saying. So really start to see everything as an opportunity to reinvent yourself, to reinvent your life, and to infuse your own soul, your own beingness with the faith that you need within your own divine presence, or your own divine entity. You are God of this reality. You have all the tools in hand. You have all the reins in hand. Nothing that's happening around you is happening without you, okay? It's your soul that's creating or forcing you to let go of things that no longer worked for you in order to allow you the opportunity to design and redesign your entire world, your entire character, everything that is you and is around you. So that's really what's going on. So don't move into fear, but really move into a scenario of trust, into a feeling of faith that everything that's happening right now is happening for you, to offer you a chance to find true abundance, true peace, true balance, and true healing within. Okay, so move forward with that. Okay, because that is what's really going on. Sometimes things need to go to create space for new things to come in, and that's what you need to trust. Okay. I hope that helps. Okay, let's see. Join. Okay. Hi, Aaron. Should we pull you a card, my love? Aaron Signoriello. Am I saying that right? Signoriello. I might saying it wrong. That's how Eric is saying it in my head. Signoriello. Signorello. What? Hold on. Signorello. Perfect. Okay. He knows his Italian. Okay. Let's get you a card. Let's see what we got. Ooh. Dang. I caught it with my boob. Thank God my boobs are big. They help as buffers when they fall. Okay. Swan and cat. Cat, be relaxed and independent. That's what boobs are for. They're to put stuff in when, if I have my remote control for my garage and I have to go work in my garden. My pants are always with elastics. I hate buttons. I don't like buttons. I want comfort. So those pants never have pockets. So I always put my remote control in my bra. How many of you women use this as a pocket? I want to know. I really want to know. Anyway, I'm going off topic. Cat, be relaxed and independent, Aaron. And Swan, demonstrate grace and majesty. Okay. Majesty. Look at that. Okay. Y'all do it. Oh, I think it's a very easy pocket. Aaron, my sweet Aaron. Aaron, they're saying you have so much going for you, but there's still one thing that's missing, and they're saying what you do, the job that you do, is not fully fulfilling you. It's not giving you that feeling of always getting excited for work or feeling blessed that you are able to do it, feeling inspired. I feel like something is missing when it comes to the job area. Maybe you don't know exactly what you really want to do or where your passions lie, but they're really saying you're much more powerful than you think, is what they're saying. Okay. But you get easily stressed out and you get easily lost in overthinking. And when you go into overthinking mode, then you're not allowing your soul's communication to come in on what you're passionate about or what you really wanted to do when you were here. Does that make sense? So you really need to, how a cat is, and the cat's kind of they just chill. Okay. They never worry about anything. They just chill and they just go through the motions. You got to be in that Zen state. You just have to relax. You have to get to a space of just kind of silencing all the jibber jabber that's going on in your head. Because, man, that thing never shuts up. You're always thinking of something they say. And just kind of, let the light come out of the chest. Be the grace, okay? Be the light, be the calmness. Okay. So create more time for yourself to disconnect from the thinking, to disconnect from the human condition, and to just relax, to just empty your mind. Try and do it at least once a day where you just kind of zone out. Okay. Allow yourself to zone out. And then what's going to happen is ideas are going to start coming in, thoughts that seem to come out of nowhere, and that's going to be the guidance that you need to fully understand what job would be in alignment with you. And it's slowly but surely going to present itself to you. So don't worry, it's coming. But they're just saying there's a lot of things that are working really well for you, but this is something that would make life so much better when you can find or create something that you love so much that every day going to work feels like a blessing and just creates a lot of abundance, not only for you, but for your family as well. Okay. So it's coming, but you need to get out of your head, girl. Too much chatting in there, okay? Susan says, oh my God, speaking of jobs, Emma Yolanda was so right. I love the job I have now, less money, but oddly, as she said, it evens out. Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm so happy. See, they know. They know everything better than we do. We just got to trust it. Oh, thank you, Erin. You're a blessing too. Love you. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Lisa Marie. I'm going to make another line here. Lisa Marie. Sometimes you just got to be patient, but the advice always comes true. They know. They just don't look at everything for like right now. And sometimes it takes a little bit of time to figure out, oh, they were right. And yeah, this is better. Sometimes it takes years. I know people who are like, nothing happened. And then 1 year, everything you said just happened all at once. So, it always comes to pass. We just have to trust. And sometimes be patient. Okay, my current housing has been deemed unsafe, and the housing corporation are trying to find me suitable housing. Will the new housing be suitable, and do you see when? Okay. Well, let's see if we can get an answer. I don't know if I could say when. I can give you an estimation on what I feel. This one? Okay. Lisa Marie. Let's see what we get, okay? Let's see what the message is for you. And then we'll go from there. Nope. You got, okay. You have 2. There you go. Oh, there we go. Number 31, what is meant for you will find you. Number 22, your mind, your body, your soul. Okay. Very nice. A spiritual awakener. I did pull you a card already. You might have missed it, so you might have to rewatch the recording, okay? Because I did answer, or I did pull a card for your daughter. Okay? All right. What is meant for you will find you. Will you find a relocated? Okay. Well, I feel like wherever you're going next, it's going to be so much better. I do feel like that there's going to be more nature around you. I don't know where you are right now, but I feel like there's going to be much more positive energies around you through the infusion of nature. So, are you going to a better place? Absolutely. I just feel like you're going to feel there's health going on too. The ocean air is kind of like it's filled with salt, and it just kind of cleanses everything. It's a cleanser. And even here, it's almost like she's taken a bath in the waterfalls, right? She's cleansing. So yes, this is going to be positive. When it comes to time frame, I do feel like it might still be between 3 to 6 months, though. I don't think you're going to be out of there right away. But it is going to be a very positive experience. They're saying your mind, your body, your soul, it just feels like it's going to help you to get healthier energetically, mentally, emotionally. I feel like there's going to be a lot of rebalancing and cleansing going on that's going to help you to really feel much better and be in a better place. So yes, I do feel it's going to be positive, and the environment will be more aligned with the energies that you need to feel good. Okay. There you go. Oh, hi, John. How's everything going? How are you feeling? Are you feeling better? Are you still struggling with your health? Let me know. Okay, let's see here. Robin Hector Sakaja. Am I saying that right? My spelling is off. Sakaja. I might write this wrong. So I felt lost for quite some years now. I have been meditating and always ask universe for answers and clarity, but you're still lost. Okay. Well, let's pull your card and see if we can help. Okay. All right. There it went. Okay. Lemurian seed codes. Embracing sensitivity, uniqueness, living with grace. Okay. They're saying the reason you're not getting the answers is because you're always in waiting mode. Okay, you're in waiting mode. When you wait for answers, when you wait for guidance, when you wait for something to happen, for something to bring you clarity, you're always going to be waiting. Why? Because you're choosing to remain in a waiting cycle. Okay, waiting energy. You're not here to wait for someone or something to show you what you're meant to do in this life. You're here to understand that the only thing you're meant to do is to design your own life. Okay. Not everyone comes to this reality with preconditioned experiences. A lot of people come with a carte blanche. They come without a manual. Okay. And that's what you're here to do. You are here to understand that when you keep waiting from some outside source to tell you what to do, you're going to continue to wait. And it's never going to come, even when you go into meditation or contemplation. And that is because your soul wanted to give you the other side of the consciousness, the other perspective, all opportunities for you to be the creator of this reality, to fully get to experience this, to fully get to experience the extent of your manifesting abilities. But as long as you believe that what you manifest is depends on what someone else or something else has designed for you, then you're going to keep waiting. Okay. So for you, it's about taking action. It's about understanding that there are no limitations. There are no restrictive designs or matrices that you have installed, infused into this reality. You wanted carte blanche. You wanted to have the freedom, the full freedom to design every experience yourself as you're walking the earth. And your soul wanted to see what that would do. What would you, from the different perspective, be able to create for yourself when you embrace the truth? And the truth is, you have got potential to design and create the journey as you see fit, because you didn't install specific things into your reality, specific experiences you wanted to have that can limit or restrict what you attract. So there are no limitations, there are no restrictions. The only limitation that you have is that you believe you have to wait for an outside source to tell you what to do. And that's the only thing. If you can let go of that and you can fully understand that you designed this journey to be fully filled with the freedom for the human character to design the desired path, then you'll be able to embrace that. You'll be able to align with that truth, with the truth that you're the soul creator this time. Okay. You didn't want to have a pre-designed plan. You wanted to have all potential to do anything that suits you. Make sense? So that's where you get stuck. So does that make sense a little bit? You're the seed. You're like a crystal. You can track, create, destroy anything you want. You know, crystals can heal. They can destroy frequencies. They can block frequencies. You're everything. You have the ability to become the soul creator and the soul designer. But you have to embrace who you are. It says embracing sensitivity, uniqueness, and living with grace. Living with grace is about just follow your heart, follow your passion, and design it, create it, walk through it, continue it. Don't let any fear stop you, because the sky's the limit. Okay. And because you don't understand that, and because you believe that you're limited in everything, you create that experience. Okay. Be very careful what you know to be true. Be very careful what you say. Be very careful what you think. Be very careful what you feel, because as the soul creator, everything has frequency, and everything you send out happens and makes your reality. Okay. That makes sense? So we're not all here to follow a path. Sometimes we're here to simply be the path, create it ourselves as we go along our days. Okay. And that's you designed a life like that. Okay. There you go. Hope that brings some insight and helps you move forward. Okay. I'm feeling a lot better, thanks, Emma. I seem to have a case of silent reflux. I think a diet change will help with that. I'm back at work and feeling strong. I just need to pick the cards up again. Okay. Yeah, you'll be fine. They tell me. You'll find it. Don't worry. All right. I'm going to do one more. Charlotte. Charlatan. Charlatan. Is that it? Charlatan? Okay. Let's see here. This one. Okay. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know, my love. Oh, thank you. Thank you for that gift. Charlotte. Joink. There it went. Did you see it? It went, wow. Flew. Okay, fairy spotting. It's time to go fairy spotting. It's said that seeing is believing, but in fact, the opposite is true. Believing is seeing. Okay. Understand that if you want to create or attract something, you first have to feel it. You have to experience it within. You have to feel the joy, the excitement, the passion, those little butterflies in your stomach. Okay. You have to already make it part of your reality today, even if it's physically not there yet. You have to feel everything today. Okay. So be very mindful of how you try to manifest, because they're showing me you're very visual. So it just feels like you use visual tools to maybe help you create something or attract something, but it's really about the emotional content. You can visualize, you can think about things as many times as you want. It's not going to come into fruition if what you feel does not support that. Okay, so make sure that the emotional center and the visualization center are aligned, that they match frequency, because it's the only way to manifest and attract things. Okay, what we infuse with emotions is what we receive. Okay, a lot of people think that visualization is enough. It's not. It actually doesn't do anything. Well, it does. Okay, let me clarify. What visualization does is it helps the human mind to create emotional content. When we can see it in our minds, we create emotions that will attach with it. Okay, but sometimes we can see it, and then we're still afraid that it's not going to come to pass, or we're still afraid that something is going to block it or stop it from happening. When those two are not aligned, and nothing's ever going to become into reality. Does that make sense? Sounds super good. I'm singing, just created a group of singers, don't really know how it's going to land. You don't need to know. You just need to have fun. Okay? It's all about experience. Nothing, this little noggin, it's a computer. It's a program. Okay? The only thing that truly creates is our feelings, right? I mean, the joy that we're feeling. The more joy we have, the more fun we have, the more we just do what we love, the more it emits a frequency of bringing in like more abundance. Does that kind of make sense? It brings more of that in. It brings more opportunities to continue that joy, to continue that inspiration, to continue to be a gift to others. Okay. And that's what you need to understand. So don't focus too much on the hows and what's going to happen. Just let go of those questions. They are questions that create and attract limitations. Okay. Just have fun. And the more fun you have, and the more you share that fun vibration and that joy vibration with people, the more you're going to attract more of that. And fun and excitement always leads to abundance. Okay. And that's all you need to know. All the other questions are not important. How and when, and how's it going to unfold, and what if, and don't do what ifs. Okay. No, to everybody, please let go of the what ifs. Okay. There are no what ifs. Just see what happens today. Okay. Don't worry about tomorrow. What's going to happen today is going to happen today. And when something happens, then you can respond. But don't start creating scenarios before anything ever happens, because I can tell you 99% of pre-made disaster scenarios, or any kind of scenarios that we make in this little computer, this pre-programmed human computer, it's not going to happen. Okay. And so many people waste daily hours and hours of unnecessary thinking, and it takes a lot of energy to think. Okay. This computer drains the shit out of your battery. Okay. The more you think, the more tired you're going to be. Okay. It is super exhausting. And then you don't have any energy for meditation or anything else. Okay. Then you're just too tired and you just want to leave me alone and all that. Right. So don't waste for anybody, that everybody that's listening, do not, I live now. And I had to learn to do that, okay? I was like everybody else before. I was always thinking ahead, and I could see all the disaster scenarios that could happen. And maybe if I think about it, then I'll be prepared that when it happens, I'll know what to do. Okay, don't. I can tell you none of the disaster scenarios that I ever thought of ever happened. Other things happened that were like, okay, not good. What do I do? And then I just found a solution. Okay. You just find a solution the time when something happens. But until then, don't make up shit that you don't want. Okay. Don't create designs or scenarios or storylines that, one, haven't happened yet, might not ever happen, and two, that you don't want. Because if you're designing those scenarios and you're fusing fear into it, guess what? You're going to be attracting things that weren't even part of the plan, and you're going to make things harder on yourself that weren't even meant to be that hard. So just have fun. It's all going to be okay. All right. Okay. All right. I'm going to do one more for everybody. Okay. One more. This is for the group, for everybody that's here right now, everybody that's going to be here in the future when they rewatch the recording. And let's see what spirit wants everyone to know at this time. Yeah, there he goes. Gray squirrel. Find new ways of solving problems. Well, there you go. Archangel Raphael. You're welcome, Charlotte. think they're just talking about what I just talked about, didn't I? I shared with you the message that was coming. Well, they already knew they were going to pick this card, didn't they? I was too fast. I'm sorry. But whatever I just said, when it comes to problem solving, solve it when the problem arises. Okay? Don't create problems that might not ever show up or that you don't want to attract. Okay? Focus on on expressing the things you do want and not the things you don't want. Don't invest or waste any time in living in fear. Okay? Fear is an illusion. It doesn't even exist in our natural state. Okay? It's a man-made, or at least those who created us here on earth as a workforce, it's their creation to keep us disconnected from our true divine nature of being a God creator. Okay? Because when we discover that and how to do that, they're fucked. Okay? So just keep that in mind. Okay? So you don't want to use the tools that they've designed to keep us small, to keep us disconnected from our true nature, our true abilities. Okay? The humans and the human body is capable of doing things that at this time humans would not even be able to comprehend or accept. Okay? Because our idea of ourselves is so limited. But we have abilities that over time will reveal themselves. We're going to live longer. The human body can live up to 500 years old or even longer. Some people in the past actually managed to do that. There are graves out there where the dates seem to be off and people think, oh, they must have made a mistake. They haven't. Okay? Humans have the ability to manipulate energy. They have the ability to read each other's thoughts. They have the ability to mentally communicate with animals in a way that they can fully understand themselves. There's so much that we can do that they don't want us to find out. Okay? And their tool, their means of keeping it that way is fear. So every time you are afraid, you have to remind yourself, oh, that's not me. That's them trying to keep me small. Fuck you, fear. Get out of my house. I don't want you here, okay? So don't allow their programming into your existence. And I promise you, you will blow your own mind when you start to see what you're capable of doing, how fast you're capable of doing it, and how it can positively impact not only your life, but everybody else around you. Okay? So believe in the impossible, because the impossible is truth. What they wanted us to believe is reality is the lie. Okay? That is the manipulation. Everything that's considered normal is abnormal. Okay? It's fake. It's fictitious. It's manipulation. And everything they wanted us to believe is fiction or is just a figment of our imagination, I can guarantee you, is what is real. Okay? So just know that everything is backwards in this world. Once you start realizing that, then you'll start seeing miracles happen. You'll start seeing things happen that you can't explain with the human logic, because the human logic is based on lies. Okay. Before they shut me off and they silence me again, which they've done before, I'm going to leave it at that. Again, I just want to remind everybody I'm having a live event right here in France, in my hometown, on August 22nd of this year. People are already coming. There's almost every continent is represented so far, but there are still tickets available. So if you want to come and visit France, visit the beautiful Bretagne, which is an amazing place, massive amounts of history, beautiful, beautiful beaches, castles in every town, towns that look like you're walking into a Pirates of the Caribbean set, which is just normal here. You just feel like you're transported into a whole different world when you live here. So it's really cool area to visit. If you're interested, you can go to my website, emmanuellemcintosh.com. If you love these kind of readings, I do them weekly, but I do them on my Patreon page, okay? Patreon.com/Emanuelle McIntosh. I will also start doing celebrity channelings again by video. These will be posted on my Patreon. I will start April. And I will do one a month, and they will only be fully viewable on my Patreon account. I will take a snippet of it and put it on YouTube just to see what it's about or who it's with. And then you will also be able to separately purchase them on my Patreon page if you don't want to join Patreon with me. It's only $5 a month, my Patreon page. There's over 200 channel posts on there, guided video meditations, healing videos, Ask Emma videos, all kinds of stuff. Okay. Plus, I do these card readings weekly on there. It's also a lot less people, so the chance that you get a card is much larger. And we just have fun on there. We're just one big family. So if you're missing me here on YouTube, it's just because YouTube cancels what my spirits are trying to say. They try to attack it. They want to, they erase my videos. So that's why I no longer post on here. But you can find me on patreon.com. Okay, so there you go. Lots of new stuff coming, and I hope to see you on my Patreon page as well. Until then, I will see you guys again later. Just have fun, okay? Have fun and know that you're the designer of this reality. All right, love you guys. Big kiss. Have a good week.